Hello, it's Faye here, coming from my home, and so I've got my home clothes on, and this video is to show you what I do to reuse single-use plastic in my home. So let me set the context. This video isn't to invite environmentally activating comments or conversation. It's just to show you that single-use items in your house, single-use plastic, doesn't need to be single use. Okay, so let me show you. Those of us who shop at Aldi, I do buy their mushrooms very often. So the containers, I use it for food prep, right? This is enoki mushrooms in here. And so, I chop up the veggies, or they might be used in the fridge to contain your fruit and veg, whatever. And it's very handy, so multiple use. Plastic bags. Look, you can reuse the rubber band from your veggies and stuff like that. So this is a new Aldi bag, but this is very, very used. So I use my plastic bags until they're very fatigued or it's really worn. Even when there's holes, I actually put sticky tape in there so it'll last for another 5 or 10 more uses. So do that for yourselves. What else? Look. This is homemade. This is a Dettol bottle, but it's homemade fabric softener in there, which is vinegar, water, and some essential oils that I use. I'll do the same thing here with, well, it's no longer apple cider vinegar, is it? It's vinegar that's in here. What else do I do? Oh, right, rubber bands. Look, with your earphone thingies, and I know these days that they're just the Bluetooth ones too, but you still have the old school ones. Just use the rubber band and tie it. Right, so that's reusing what you're getting with your vegetables, right? Plastic bags. This bag, I actually went to my son's swimming bag because really I reuse the bag. So once the swimming costume's in there, I take it out, I put this up on the clothes horse, let it dry, screw it back together, and then put it in the bag. The reason I got my gloves on is that since being a mum and I've been touching so much water, I get a lot of dermatitis on my hands. So I do use gloves when I do food prep and working around the kitchen. But I use these very often, and I use it more than once. I wash my hands as I do with soap, so it's like washing the gloves. I dry them and then put it up in the clothes horse and let it dry and reuse it. Okay. Other items I do reuse is, well, these snap lock bags. I know a lot of people do take lunches to work or lunches for the kinder, but then they toss these, toss the little ones out in the bin. And no, bring them home, wash them out, dry them on the clothes horse yet again, and then reuse them, right? I mean, this one's obviously from IKEA. If you can see from the reflection, it's quite fatigued. It's only because I use it so that, for me, whatever that word is, that is like you use it so much that you get it's offset, like from your usage. Well, do that with your single-use plastic, okay? Other things I do is, I buy honey by the buckets full, and in the freezer, I've got my frozen bolognese and things like that. So I reuse those honey buckets. And it's a way of being. If you are that way about single-use plastic, that it becomes multiple use for you, you end up using things like, the Makona jars, but I've got dried Chinese mushrooms in here. You reuse, and, if you want to, same thing with the way you're being about eating healthy. If you say you want to eat healthy, then you cook from scratch. You do the cutting of the veggies, you wash your veggies, you prep them, and you cook them, right? So in the way, it's a way to save money by reusing and not repurchasing. And yeah, so those are my tips for multiple uses of single-use plastic products. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching again. Ciao.